Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wingcat Sports. We got some Tigers to go over. It's been a while since we talked about the Tigers. We'll catch up on everything, give our opinions on everything, especially with the latest news on Colt Keith. But we'll start with the older stuff first, because I believe we haven't gone over the signing of Jack Flaherty, which is a older starting pitcher. He should be all right. We signed him to a small kind of deal. Yeah, you can earn up to 1 million bonuses and from starts he gets, but it's only a 1 year deal. He won't be here for too long after, unless maybe he plays well. He is 28, but he will be part of our starting rotation.
Uh, I mean the pickups they made basically fill holes, and they're I think that they can contribute certainly, but they're not going to be anything earth shattering. They haven't made anything really outstanding signings or anything,
No,
if you want to say that, but they're solid, and I think they're going to help the rotation. Um,
no, he was our big starting pitcher one besides Maeda, which we talked about earlier.
right.
But basically, those are your two starting pitchers that you added to what you previously had. Boyd's gone. It's going to be an interesting starting rotation without Rodriguez and Boyd to just see how well it goes, because I think offensively you're going to be better this year. The other pitcher that we signed to kind of bolster up the bullpen is Shelby Miller. He did sign with us. As again, another 1 year contract, $3 million. We'll see how that goes too. Our bullpen has always not been the brightest spot. It was a little bit brighter last year, but we have to hope it stays that way.
I think the Tigers, like I said, yeah, their pitching is going to be interesting. They're an interesting team to watch. It's going to be fun. Young, a lot of new guys coming in, and the next guy you're going to probably talk about that we just signed. Um, it should be. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. I mean, I can tell you right now, like I have no doubts offensively. I think we're going to be fine. It's just those tiny deals as we go through it, right? As we get closer and closer to talking about Colt Keith, but there's a lot of other little things that happen, not major things, right? Like, for the most part, we avoided arbitration with Casey Mize.
Yes,
So we'll see how that goes. If he's healthy or not, he hasn't pitched in over
right.
a
I
year.
mean,
So we have to see how that goes. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts in the bullpen, to be honest.
I'm not counting
Because
on him only until he shows that he can stay healthy.
and then Tyler Navin got acquired by the Orioles because we put him on we designated him for assignment, and then the guy we got in that trade we also designated for assignment right after we signed Colt Keith to a 6 year extension, which is actually very team friendly, surprisingly.
Yeah,
He's only going to earn a little bit every single year. This first year is 2.5 million, then 3.5, then 4, and then it's just 5 million for 2028 and 2029, and then he has other options that actually make it a 9 year deal where you can earn up to 82 million. It's a $28 million deal, but it can go up to 82 million with his three other not player option, but team options that we can keep him on contract for. So it is a very team friendly deal for him, and if he is going to be good, we have him signed through his prime.
right. I mean, we got a lot of nice young talent coming up. They're very excited about this kid. Hits with power, good bat, and I'm excited. I'm excited to watch him play. Who do we have penned in for shortstop?
Baez.
Oh, yes, right, Javier. Well, if we could get him straightened out and batting at least 250, which is a tall task, I guess. That would be a hell of a middle of the line, middle in the infield. We got Parker Meadows going to be playing out in center.
You got Riley Green. You got Torkelson playing well.
Man,
Right? Jake Rogers, if he can have the same kind of season.
yeah,
But when you look at it, so he played both in AAA and AA last year. He hit 27 home runs, 101 RBIs between the two leagues, 60 walks, 121 strikeouts, and batted 306 with a 380 on base percentage.
nice.
Now let's go. What was I thought I saw somewhere he is a little bit on the heavier side. He's 6'2", 211.
Yeah.
And I heard that he might have gained a little bit in the off season, which may or may not be good. But
Know.
he is a
Is he
second
drinking too
baseman.
much beer, or what's he doing?
But
Is it muscle? Is it fat? You're making him sound like he's fat.
Mhm.
Whoa.
From what I heard potentially
That's
from
big
some
for
people,
a second baseman.
but he's 2'11", 6'2". He's going to be our
Wow, that's
second
big for a
baseman.
second baseman.
He also probably could play third. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. But I believe he is our second baseman. Expect him to be he will probably be on the team this year with how well he's played, unless he has a terrible spring.
Right.
I would expect him to be on the team. And it's going to be an interesting team. We have a ton of outfielders on our roster, though. And I really do not know where we're going to go when it comes to how this team is going to be completely lined up, because our roster is full of outfielders when you look at it, right? We got our two catchers in Jake Roger and Carson Kelly. We got Baez playing short. If Colt Keith is going to play second, then you're going to have a rotation of McKinstry and Veerling at third, Torkelson at first, and your outfielders are going to consist of Riley Green, Parker Meadows, Akil Baddoo, because they re-signed him and met his arbitration case, which I don't know why you wanted to keep him with all you have. Kerry Carpenter and Mark Hanna are going to kind of be rotating in there too, because Nick Maton's not on the team, I don't believe, anymore either. So,
Oh no.
So that just leaves a lot of what's going to happen when you're carrying like 7 outfielders on your team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But 2 of those outfielders can play the infield. So on top of that, you're carrying a ton of infielders on your team too. Because Andy Ibanez really didn't have that bad of a year last year, and he was playing second base. From what I saw, he had 264, 11 home runs, 41 RBIs,
Right,
and
I like
on base plus
I like
slugging
him.
of
So maybe
744.
right. They'll figure it out. Trying to get. It's nice to have these problems where you're actually not sure who's going to play what because you get too many. I mean, it's better than not having two. What the hell?
Knocking down my Xbox controller. But it's going to be interesting on what they fully decide to do, because Andy Ibanez is 5'10", 205.
Right.
You got your 6'2", 211 second base. It's all depending on how they're going to play. If they feel Colt Keith is going to be a better offensive threat than Andy Ibanez in the majors, which he should be. I mean, if he's his top prospect, then you're going to probably go with over that. Or you move him to third, Ibanez plays second, or vice versa. But then where you're going to put McKinstry and Veerling, who both had really, really good last year.
Well, not our problem. It's their problem.
And like I said, that's why I don't feel bad. Like Creedler, I don't see him coming up as being that player of the future.
Right.
That we
when
thought
are they
he might
going
be.
on Amazon?
I would assume before the season starts.
You think that's when the switch is going to be made for all these teams?
Yes.
Like April?
They probably will have Bailey.
April in the D. We'll finally have an April in the D again. We haven't had one in so long. We used to have that all the time. I remember those big ads on the cable thing when all our teams played in the playoffs. It was
besides the Pistons.
It was like the best month of the year, April in the D. And it could be again.
Not with the Pistons.
No.
It's just the Red Wings and the Tigers.
Red Wings and the Tigers. Well, at least 2 of them.
Red Wings and the Tigers might be what you're hoping for out of all that. But it looks like it's going to be at least an interesting year with all the news of what they've been doing. Even though nothing big has happened, we were, even before the year off-season started, we were confident of at least being in the right direction.
Are you starting to feel better about Chris Ilitch as an owner? I mean, there was a time I hated that guy's guts. I wanted him out.
Well, but that's what.
But I think lately he's actually.
What did I tell you? I thought he wanted to create his own legacy, so he had to get rid of everything related to his father.
Well, that's just stupid. But I mean, his legacy was shit at first. And
yeah, because you tore everything down.
He can create his own legacy, great, but he doesn't have to tear everything down.
But even look at the Wings.
I mean, he actually,
since he's taken over the Wings, he has done well. Eventually, right? We've gotten to that spot where we have a decent team. And same thing with the Tigers. Even we'll do a preseason prediction.
I just think maybe it's a learning period for him. He's never owned a team before, and he was just trying to. Maybe at first it was kind of because I really was hard on him. I just thought he didn't give a damn. But lately, like I said, his 2 teams are starting to look.
All the Tigers have to do this year is win 3 more games than they did last year.
Hey, right. I mean, they benefit from playing.
And they're a 500 team.
They benefit from playing in not a great division. I don't think anybody in our division has really made that many strides that they're going to be that
Nope.
much better.
Twins traded
Um,
away one of their younger guys yesterday, I believe.
right.
So
I
look,
think it's going to be similar. I think what won our division last year, like around 90 wins.
87.
So if we can get 90 wins,
That is only 9 more wins.
I don't think that that's impossible.
Three
I think
more,
we can win
three
9
more,
wins.
3 more wins than you had last year will get you the 500. I'm going to say even
What did we win last year? 80,
78.
78? So 12 more wins. I think we can win 12 more games.
Think we get up to 90?
Yeah. I think we can win
90 won the West. 90 is what Texas had last year.
Let's do it.
But it all comes down again to the one part of our team that's always been a question mark, and that's the pitching. Because who is your starting pitchers? Our starting 5 probably at the moment consists of Flaherty, and then you're going to have Matt Manning, Kenton Maeda. After that, you're kind of Scooble. So there's 4. And then are you going to go with Casey Mize? Or are you going to go with Fideo? Where are you going? Where are you hopping to?
Casey Mize, it all depends on his health. If he can
Reese
play.
Olson?
Yeah.
You're
Olson
gonna-
had a good year
You're
last
going to do
year.
Olson again, or you're going to put him in the bullpen?
They'll figure out the best spot for them. I have every
The-
confidence in the management.
And when you look at it, there isn't that much turnover from our bullpen from last year. We still have Will Vest. You
Right.
still have Alex Lang, who had a good start to the year and kind of
Who's
became
that kid
iffy.
Lorenzen or whatever. his name is?
Lorenzen, yeah,
And we traded. Now is he a free agent?
he is.
I wouldn't mind picking him back up.
They could sign him back if they wanted. We got Chaffin back, which I don't know how good he's going to
good
be.
for us. He was good for the Phillies.
Brisky could be good. You got a lot of guys who have an opportunity to continue some success, and maybe we become buyers at the trade deadline. For once in years, all our teams are going to be buyers potentially at the trade deadline.
I really hope the Wings are. I really think they are.
But we'll see how the year goes. Hopefully, it's a better year. We'll do a full season prediction eventually and go dive deep into everything. But so far, it's looking good for the Tigers, and hopefully, we have a good year going ahead of us. With all that being said, though, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.